Michael Fairman, what's happening, brother?
Steve Burton, how are you? Or should I call you Mr. Six, or should I just call you by your first name, Patient?
Just six, please.
Just Six.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Six.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
What's happening, brother?
How
How's
are
life?
you?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
It's so great to talk to you back on General Hospital.
Back again.
It's so great. So on Monday's episode, we watched that your character realized he had lost 5 years of his life.
Yes.
Which it does coincide when viewers last saw you on GH and Jason was presumed dead.
Correct.
Of course, the moments were played subtly and emotionally so great by you as usual. Would
Thank you,
you
Michael.
say that is a clue to that you're playing the real Jason, or because Patient Six is you're acting like him?
Well, Michael, that's for you and the brilliant audience and fans to figure out. Look, we've done a lot of interviews in our time,
Yes.
Our friendship over the years. And
Yes.
I got to say, man, the way the story's rolling out, it's exciting for me, I get my scripts before. I would only read my script the night before. Now I'm reading ahead to see what's happening because it's like, as an actor, there's so much rich story to tell with going back and seeing what's happened to everybody's life, with Sam and Carly and Sonny and Michael and Elizabeth and all these people that I had such great connections with, to see what's happened and if they've moved on or if they're still around or what's going on in Port Charles when I get there. So I'm just so excited, to be able to do it.
I was going to say it's like a page turner for the audience.
Man,
Were you involved
awesome.
at all in the storyline, or did you have any say in what you'd like it to be because it was such an important return?
Zero involvement. I had actually no idea what the story was when I got my first script, which is pretty amazing. I just, I let Frank do his thing and the writers, and I know it's it's an exciting time, and for me to come back is huge for me personally. And I was just kind of excited and grateful to come back. And hey, whatever happens is going to happen, and that's what we're going with. So
Did coming back 5 years later to GH, and because Jason and you are so connected to the canvas and to the show, was there any trepidation like, oh, what if this doesn't come off the way, because I would assume anybody coming back to something they left and coming back, there's got to be some emotion to that of will it be okay, or it's going to work?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's in your head. There's huge emotion for me to come back just in general for me personally, because of the cast and the crew and being there for 20 years. And then you want to tell the story right. You want to get it right. You want to do it justice. You want to serve everybody in the who's involved. And I think that's what they're doing so far, and I think it's playing out great from what I hear from the fans. People are excited to see the next day, and that's what soap operas are. That's what we want to do. We want to tune in and just keep watching.
So, of course, everybody wants to know, and I know you had done some previous interviews, that you had spoken to Billy Miller.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a sit-down on how this was going to go down, or how he felt that you were coming back now taking on the role? What was that situation?
Yeah, so when Billy first started playing Jason Morgan, obviously, look, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. Billy was gracious enough to call me when he got the role, and when I found out I'm going back, the first thing I did was call Billy. We got to work together on Young and the Restless. We were friends. At one point, we had the same manager, so there's not going to be this big face-off of Steve and Billy. So yeah, everything's good, man. We've been working together a lot.
So you're not going to arm wrestle him for who's Jason, or are you?
No. He's 10 years younger than me. I can't arm wrestle 10-year younger guys.
How is it working with Mara West as Ava Jerome?
Oh,
You
man.
previously had not worked with her, and I thought those scenes were pretty cool. What was your experience like working with the incredible Mara West?
Yeah, you don't. Maura's obviously been in the business a long time, and she's incredible. She was amazing to work with. I'm glad I got to work with actually someone I'd never worked with before first. It was kind of cool, and obviously I didn't say a lot in the first couple episodes, which was even better for me because I could probably just get warmed up instead of getting thrown right back into it, you know, and figure things out. So Moore is great. She's, you know, I hope I get to work with her more.
Well, I would think patient 6 is going to owe her a debt. You know, everybody owes Bad Ava a debt, so that's how they get
Yeah.
around it.
Well, she did.
Yeah.
She did help patient 6 escape, so that's a big one for sure.
You mentioned it was a joy. It must be a joy to go back and work with Maurice Bernard, Laura Wright, Kelly Monaco, Rebecca Herbst, Leslie Charlton. Have you had time to share scenes with them so far? And what did everyone say when you arrived your first day? Hey, Steve. I mean, what was going on that reunion and getting to work with them again?
You know, got a lot of hugs, which was great. People were excited. I can't really say who I've worked with yet or who I haven't worked with yet. We got to keep that under wraps, Michael. You know the business.
I know the business.
How dare you ask me these questions?
But these are your good buds.
Yeah, you know, look, I'm so excited to be back and work. You know, it was just, I've always said that, you know, being there and being, you know, being in Jason's penthouse at the time when I was Jason, you know, it was like working in my living room. I was so comfortable there, and I feel that same, you know, at peace and that comfortableness being back there. That it's just, I know we're going to do great stuff. You know, I know it. Everybody's excited. Maurice and I are excited to work together again. You know, like the old days. You know, he took me under his wing 20 years ago, and now we're back doing it again. So we're super excited.
You came off your second Emmy in your career at Y&R,
Yes,
and
sir.
now being home at GH, you were clear with the fans, or tried to clarify with them, that this is where you plan to stay for a long haul. Is that what you're feeling at this point? Like, this is where you want to be? Like, because, you know, people were concerned, is he coming back for a bit? Is he there for a few years? What's going on? What
Yeah.
can you address to them? Because it seems to come up a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does. So to clarify, you know, I signed a 3-year contract.
Right.
So I'm here for 3 years. I'd like to be here longer. You know, obviously you go year by year, and but you know, I have no intentions of it being short term. So.
And you're still able to go to Nashville, do your home life, and have you worked out a schedule that works for you with GH this time around, or
Well,
how does that?
yeah, the biggest thing for me was the close to 18 weeks off a year.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know, so that's
Yeah.
I mean that's huge for me to have the big chunks of time, the 2 weeks, the 3 weeks off at once. It's great, you know. And we're coming into the holiday season. We're gonna have a lot of time off. You know, I worked for 10 days, and then we had like 17 days off. I'm like, come on, man, I'm starting to work. Let's go, let's work. But yeah, it's working great for the family and the schedule. Everything's awesome.
My last question is,
Yes,
in
Michael.
closing, would you tease to the fans, will Jason, Patient 6, and Tram truly meet up in the near future, or would you say November sweeps? What can you tease?
Well,
Or even February sweeps?
no, not February. It's sooner than later. It's going to be very soon. I mean, he's in Port Charles. How long can Patient 6 be hidden for? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, you see the hair, you got to know right away. You be, who are you? You got, you know. So it's going to be very soon. That's all
Very
I can
soon.
say. Yeah, very soon.
Very soon. All right,
Yes.
Steve. Great to talk
All right,
to
Michael.
you.
Thank you, brother.
You're back.
Thank
See
you.
you soon.
Appreciate you. Thanks.